Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Saturday, the 4th of October 2025, the year BSV comes alive. Branch your threads, expand your mind with treechat.ai or your post bot on chain. Right, let's see what we've got today. Just going to go over some posts that are in my feed because they're worth touching on. Lots of reasons as to why the world needs a Bitcoin. Needs to wake up pretty quick. Tomorrow's the big day, October 5th, and when ownership must proof of ownership must respond before October 5th, 2025. If no response is received, the digital wallets and their contents will be considered to be confirmed as abandoned. Oof. And then after that, we'll have a quick look at the figures just to see what's going on, because we've got some nice blocks coming through. Some 365 days of Bitcoin history, and then we'll finish with a Careless Weller countdown. Let's get into it.
Craig says he's Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, and transactions flying free. He's acclaiming his legacy, you'll surely see.
Alrighty, here we go. Look at that beautiful picture there from Nick Simon. Beautiful, loving that, loving that. Right, let's start at the bottom here. I mean, good grief, the world is going absolutely crackers. But let's start off with this one. So I've put here, in regard to this Centbee post that was first posted on the 1st of July. This post will, this post was 1st July 2025. How much more patience are we expected to give? No update, no communication, just radio silence. Bordering on ridiculous. No info on BSV official media outlet. CoinGeek, surely at Real CoinGeek, must be able to do something about this. I mean, it just boggles me that literally one of the biggest BSV wallet providers goes bust and CoinGeek say nothing. Like, literally nothing. Like, how can they not know about this when you've got someone like Calvin who's as heavily invested in BSV as possible, and with BSV you need an ecosystem? Yeah, they're going to know who's in charge of like one of the most popular wallet providers. And so one of the most wallet providers has mysteriously, literally gone down, no word from anyone, and nobody at the top has said anything. I'm not buying it. Something stinks. Something really stinks here. Because Calvin and Craig could easily do something about this. And yet, not a peep. Craig, fair enough, he's Asperger's, doing his own thing. Doesn't really maybe understand sort of, moral, social responsibility. But CoinGeek, media outlet, massive investor in the community. And yet this wallet's gone down and we hear nothing. There's something not right. There's something not right. I don't like it at all. There's just, what? And talk about all the channels that support BSV. So there's me. There's literally me. There is CoinGeek, who's trying to be, chain agnostic, as it were, just with the name CoinGeek. And then there's Gavin, who, again, chain agnostic, but he's kind of like woken up to BSV. Like, what's going on? I mean, look, I'm just here out on my own, no support from anybody. And yet the whole community has got this problem messaging me, what's going on? How am I supposed to know? It's like a walled garden over at CoinGeek. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't know that BSVA have got anything to do with this, but, I have to say, extremely frustrating and very disheartening. And like I said, it stinks. It makes me distrust what's going on at the top, because someone knows. Calvin and Craig will know what's gone on, and they could easily fix this. Yeah, but no news, no nothing, no support, and it feels to me like Lorian's got his hands tied for some reason, because you don't go out and start putting the Centbee show together and showing your face and trying to build a community just to close the wallet down by saying, oh yeah, sorry about that, we're aware that some wallets are not syncing properly with the network, we are working to resolve the issue, thank you for being patient with us, and then literally close everything down. Like that is not someone, that is not the kind of like behavior you'd expect from somebody who knows they're going to effectively rug or just simply take down their wallet. Putting their face out there, trying to build a community. Something has happened. And what I don't trust is the radio silence from CoinGeek. They know something. They're probably going to go, oh, yeah, we don't know. Well, why don't you say something then? Why don't you even acknowledge it? Yeah, it's ridiculous. Don't like it at all. Very disheartening. But anyway, rant over. BSV Social Impact has said here, Mr. Whale offloading 50,000 BSV and the recent dump. Or a recent pump. So, like, is this wallet nefarious? Look, 2.2 million Bitcoin in there. I mean, that's huge. Like, 10% of the overall supply in there. Is it Calvin? I don't know, but yeah, the cabal would need to be. I mean, that is a shitload of Bitcoin. That's a shitload of Bitcoin, and they've been offloading it or moving it. So is it nefarious? Who knows? But the fact is, any big wallets like this will be completely irrelevant when utility comes onto the market, because people will be buying it hand over fist because they'll be using it. You buy it to use it. Oh, I'm buying it to use it, and it's going up in value, and there's a limited supply. I may as well buy as much as I can. Pretty much do a YOLO like Michael Saylor. You only live once, jump in. And this is one of those moments, actually. Yeah. GB News reporting on this. Again, you've just got multiculturalism. Must be married with cousins. That's what these guys are saying. Honestly, everybody knows that leads on to genetic retardations from inbreeding. And these people coming over here haven't got a problem with it. It's part of their culture. But is it part of ours? I mean, it's putting a strain on the NHS system. Are they going to be looking after their retarded kids? Doubt it. And this one here, Matthew Siegel said here, recovering CFA, said hearing exchanges are out of Bitcoin. Monday, 9:30 a.m. might be the first official shortage. Not financial advice, just it might make sense to get somewhere, whatever. So I've put here, exchanges are out because they've been dumping that shit. Retail investors are about to get shat on. Absolutely. Look at this, look. Look at that. Look at that. Bitcoin exchange balances. So the exchanges that keep BTC on their books in order to deal with the liquidation requests of any shitcoins on their platform, are actually getting rid of it. But that's because they're holding it for their own customers' liquidation requirements and their own profits. If they are getting rid of this stuff, it's because they don't want it. They are converting into fiat. They're cashing out. And it's the retailers that are going to get absolutely shat on because they have no idea what's going on, because they haven't got any insider information like this lot. Another post here. This guy, Seward, said here, corruption at its finest. It's absolutely disgraceful what's being allowed to happen in the UK by the treasonous, corrupt government. And this is to do with BlackRock literally buying up and building all these, build to rent properties and all that. We know what's going on. I mean, this is why the world needs Bitcoin, because it's their control of the financial system and the printing of fiat currency from nothing, which is fraud that allows them this economic power so they can do this. I just wonder, if people are going to wake up in time to realise that. Who knows? Because they've dumbed everybody down and got everybody eating processed food and, using fluoride in the toothpaste when they're brushing the teeth. It's just, people are so effing dumb these days. It's heartbreaking. And another one here from a farmer. Listen to this, please, what she was saying. Again, all she knows is that it's wrong, but she doesn't know what's going on or why. Have a listen.
I'm a British farmer, and I was asked what I would say to Keir Starmer if I saw him, but the reality... What I would say to Keir Starmer if I saw him, but the reality is I have no words to say to Keir Starmer other than please just start to understand us, because the farmers that he hangs around with are probably not farmers at all. They might be wealthy landowners that use farming or agriculture for a tax relief break.
I know people that do that.
But that isn't the norm for most of us. Most of us are actually working farms. Most of us are actually producing food, and we care about genetics, and we care about the health, and we care about the production of crops, and we care about what we're doing. Some farmers are not farmers. I've worked for people like that in the past. We used to work for this man. He was called John, not my husband John, different John. And John was a city banker. He worked in London, yet he had 60 sheep just for the tax relief of being a farmer. That's who you think you're penalising. But the reality is he doesn't actually care. He's using agriculture as a loophole, and he'll just find another loophole. We as farmers are not using agriculture as a loophole. And I'm coming to you as a person that's not due to inherit a farm. My mum's a cleaner. She's not going to leave me a farm. She doesn't have a farm. She's not a farmer. I'm not going to pay inheritance tax on inheriting a farm ever in my life because I'm just not. But I can see and I can listen to my fellow farmers. I can just see the sheer panic, and even from the landowners that rent their farms out to like tenant farms, I can see the ripples through that. I've spoken to countless other tenant farmers just this week that can't find tenancies. They can't find other tenancies. Their tenancy is ending. Their landlord has given them notice. They don't want to extend their tenancy. They can't find anywhere to move. That's terrifying. The landowners are scared. They don't want to rent their farms out on long-term tenancies. Tenant farmers are normally people coming into the industry. They don't have the security.
See, I don't quite understand all that, but I will do soon. And again, it's just hard. Well, we know why the government are doing this, because it's religious extremism. They're asset stripping absolutely everyone, and they've been doing it for thousands of years. And again, more nonsense coming in from these, people from overseas, like literally, with their racism against British people. It's absolutely outrageous what's going on. This is why the world needs Bitcoin, because it's all being facilitated by those who are in control of the financial system. Another guy here, John Hand, said here, is it me being cynical, or is what the government did in the early hours of this morning off the scale cynical? A good day to bury bad news. They 100% did this deliberately. No way this is just a coincidence. They chose this moment knowing the media would not cover it. And again, that's about digital ID and stuff like this. Great picture here from about Bitcoin from Nick Simons. He's loving the fact that Terranode's coming out. And check this out. Joe McCain said here, the Albanian parliament erupted in fury as Tony Blair's ally, Eddie Rama, installed an AI chatbot as a government minister. Seriously, what the actual F? Last year, this Albanian Prime Minister said he owed his position due to the former British MP as the pair discussed plans for digital ID. I thought the UK was bad, but it seems Albania is way ahead. Like, oh my, can you believe it? An AI assistant in Parliament. Like, what an absolute joke. So anyway, this is why we need Bitcoin. Big day tomorrow. Check this one out. This was the Salomon Brothers notice. So let's read through this one more time while we're here. It said, this digital wallet appears to be lost or abandoned. Again, this is the one with 80,000 BTC in it. Our client has taken constructive possession of it and seeks to determine if there is a bona fide owner. This legal notice is posted pursuant to and in compliance with applicable law, which is intended to provide an opportunity for the owner to claim property otherwise qualifying as lost or abandoned. The owner is provided 90 days to respond to this notice. In other words, an owner with valid proof of ownership must respond before October 5th, 2025. If no response is received, the digital wallets and their contents will be considered to be confirmed as abandoned. In sum, the lack of a response may be provided to a court as evidence of the relinquishment of all rights, title and interest in the digital wallets. This is an important legal notice, and rights could be adversely impacted if the bona fide owner to this digital wallet does not respond. Provide proof of ownership either by 1. Using the private key associated with the wallet in any on-chain transaction, which allows the owner to signal ownership while maintaining anonymity and costs an owner nearly nothing. Or 2. Send Salomon Brothers a message using the contact form, see below, with a detailed description of your valid claim to ownership, including supporting documentation. Message can be sent by owner or owner's representative to maintain anonymity. Send a message via contact form below. Our client seeks ownership rights to the digital wallet for which no valid owner responds prior to October 5th, 2025. Henceforth, no person shall trespass upon, infringe the rights of, nor attempt to extract any digital asset from the digital wallet without prior written authorization of our client, except for an individual or entity which can show valid proof of ownership. Our client reserves all rights and will act to defend its rights against any trespasser. Those wishing to contact contact our client may do so using the contact form below. So again, whoever it is that's put this notice out, they already have control of the wallets. So in other words, they have the private key, they have the 12-word seed phrase. How on earth would they get those if they didn't belong to them anyway? And surely somebody would come forward, like Satoshi Nakamoto. Because we all know the wallet addresses that were put forward in the Cobra case, and I think it was the Climate case. So, you know, big day tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Talking about a big day, let's have a look at some of these blocks coming through. Transactions 49.5, block size 93.85. There were some big blocks this morning. Look at this. Sort of shrunk a little bit, but still got 209. That's megabytes. 87. 22, 32, 180, 72, 14, 112, 33, 25, 74, 129, 106, 100, 83, 35, 88, and 87. And they're all megabyte blocks in each. And remember, Gregcoin over here has just got a 1 megabyte block size. What a joke. If it's useful, it's valuable. If it's useless, it's worthless. That's it. Currently 74,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Gregcoin. Oh, mining Gregcoin at a 5% comparable loss, but much of a muchness. Not really too much to write home about there. Let's have a look at the politics in the pie charts, because that's where it is. You can see everything from here. Global hash rate 7 days, 24 hours. Gregcoin hash rate, other miners 7.64. B crash, other miners. Oh, 19.4. Fisher price cash, other miners 65.2. And again, CoinDart's not reporting the figures there for genuine Bitcoin. Let's have a look at this then. So we're now back in third place. Third place, Ethereum. Oh, the transactions are shrinking, 1.4. XRP stuck at 677,000. And genuine Bitcoin chomping at the heels at 486,000. But again, we've seen it. We'll absolutely smash this lot. Absolutely smash it. Let's have a look at the price action. I mean, look at the buys and the sells here. Look at that. Buys and sell. But they couldn't keep even the huge selling pressure there. They still couldn't quite keep up with the buying pressure. So the price holding steady at the moment. $27.83. Yeah, $27.87 top left there. Very good. Let's see what's happening to Gregcoin. All-time high, 124,000. And we've got 121, the market price at the moment. Just down on the last 24 hours, but steadily up on the week. Let's have a look at genuine Bitcoin, though, and the rest of the market. So we've got a $4 trillion market cap. $4 trillion of complete fraud. Can you imagine? $4 trillion know nothing about what we know on this show. Absolutely nothing. Completely oblivious to it. I literally just sat back, number go up. Armchair investors, not doing any research. Armchair gamblers, really, is what they are. Dear oh dear. What is this? SPX. What a joke. Honestly, it hurts my eyes looking at all these shit coins. And we're at number 95 in the charts. Look at that. Tether will have been pumping the other coins up. But the only coin that Tether doesn't pump is a genuine Bitcoin, which is BSV. Funny that. So Huobi there. Oh, look. Nice bit of green coming through there. Demand. So Huobi, Coin DCX. That's all the volume there. Very good. Volume 17 million, representing 3% of the overall market cap. And the market cap being $556 million. Tiny when you realise what its true value is. Right, 365 days of Bitcoin history on the 4th of October 2010. Satoshi posted out about increased block size limit. Let's see what this was. He said a patch increased block size limit. It can be phased in like if block number 115000, max block size, a larger limit. It can start being in versions way ahead. So by the time it reaches that block number and goes into effect, the older versions that don't have it are already obsolete. When we're near the cutoff block number, I can put an alert to old versions to make sure they know they have to upgrade. And again, this was back in the day when we thought markets were genuine and everybody was legitimate. Now we know how corrupt everything is. Wouldn't be speaking like that in today's world. No way. No way. Because we know what the cabal would do. Step in and F it up somehow. Which is exactly what they've done. Right. So, yeah, it is the 4th of October. We are now 16 days past the end of the Kellenschweller countdown. But tomorrow's a big one. Tomorrow being the 5th of October. The 80,000 BTC are going to be claimed. So, we'll see what happens when that goes down. Will it affect the market? Who knows? I doubt anything will happen until Terranode actually goes live on the mainnet, but still significant dates to bear in mind. So you're not going to want to miss all the shenanigans that happen between now and then, so hit the like button, press subscribe. It's going to be absolutely epic. So until then, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
The king still has one more move.